Finally, an 80s horror movie that brings to light the most terrifying monster of all folklore. Oh, what could that be?
Boogey Man!
That's right, when we were kids, the adults did a successful job of keeping us out of places they didn't want us to go, like the basement, by saying, oh, don't go down there, that's where the boogeyman lives. But while most movies like Halloween may have asked what the boogeyman is, this 1980 horror film titled The Boogeyman straight up tells us. For you see, the boogeyman is a mirror ghost who's actually the boyfriend of a girl's mother, only he was murdered, then years later his evil is unleashed once that mirror is broken. Alright, fine, I'll just stay out of the basement. The Boogeyman would go on to be the most well-known film from German director Ulli Lommel, a man whose name is synonymous with many bad films later on in the direct-to-DVD market, but he actually did lead a pretty interesting life. He began his career as an actor, such as in Russ Meyer's Fanny Hill, and as an actor he had many collaborations with new German cinema icon Rainier Werner Fassbinder. Then he turned to directing, where he worked with Andy Warhol on such films as Cocaine Cowboys, as well as the Richard Hell punk rock-focused film Blank Generation. He'd get into the horror scene in the 80s, especially after the success of The Boogeyman, where he made films like Brainwaves with Tony Curtis and The Devonsville Terror with Donald Pleasence. But later on, he'd contribute to some of the worst of cinema, his notoriously bad, ultra-low-quality direct-to-video serial killer movies, which were films that looked like a bad school project more than a movie. But once upon a time, the man did work with a studio and a budget, so it makes sense to finally spotlight The Boogeyman, as this was the clear winner of the Patreon poll. As voters must have noticed, it is weird it's taken me this long to spotlight an Ulli Lommel film. Sorry, fooling around, not enough haunted mirrors to get our vote. And we have been doing a lot of Exorcist movies recently, and this one definitely fits into the camp of Exorcist knockoffs, sometimes. We're in good hands, people. The Boogeyman makes his presence known fast. Get that title sequence in here quick, people. It is only an 82-minute movie. Yes, that type of 80s horror theme that could also double for the score during a planetarium event. They're loving the music here. Once the credits are over, we just skip to a whole other theme. I'm already beginning to tell why most reviews frequently brought up John Carpenter's Halloween, but they're wrong. This is way different than Halloween. Okay, yeah, sure, it still opens with watching someone get it on through the window, but it's different. Look, young Michael brought a friend this time. And that's not his sister, that's his mom, who is enjoying a night indoors while the kids play outside. These kids are not ready for the games mom likes to play. Now do me while saying, I'll take these Huggies and whatever cash you got. Do we keep watching? Oh no, he sees us. If dressing like an intruder is their thing, I guess he has to keep acting like one, so he ties poor Willie to the bed, and Mom just lets this happen. She's an angry drunk when she chugs bottles of iced tea. Lacey, however, she's fine in her room. She's only in there with the hell kind of art have you been drawing, kid? Who has a drawing of Wizzo the Clown in their room? They had to leave Lacey untied. That way someone could untie her brother. And it's a horror movie, so use the biggest knife in the house. Once again, it's nothing like Halloween. It's not a POV shot through a mask. There really should have been an Avengers-style collaboration with horror movie killers who begin the movie as kids doing or seeing something traumatic. Give us a team of Michael Myers, Willie, the Dean from Pieces, and Harry from Christmas Evil. Don't worry, Mom's boyfriend is now wearing pantyhose on his head with Jesus now. Perhaps if we get our asses to church, his spirit won't possess a mirror. A church where the pastor loves the sound of his own voice.
Let me walk with my brother in perfect
It's gonna be very easy to spot who the adult version of Willie and Lacey is. Let's just walk by the others first. How you doing there, Annie Wilkes? Pleasure to see you again, Forrest and Jenny. What's up, Barb? Ah, here we go. That looks like the adult version of a kid who stabbed a man to death. Willie has been mute ever since the incident, or he just uses it as an excuse because he doesn't want to sing for 2 hours every Sunday. Willie and Lacey are played by real-life brother and sister Susanna and Nicholas Love, with Susanna actually being married to the director at the time, and she also co-wrote the script, as she did with some of his other movies too. Seems like a cozy area to live. We've been on this thing all afternoon. Can we do something else? No, damn it, there's nothing to do here. We haven't invented Nintendo yet. Look at this. Even the farm hands just stand there 24/7, working on the crops like zombies. Mute Willie was put on this earth to spend all his days on the farm and not say a word and just stand far enough away to where it's unsettling when he listens in on others. Lacey, however, didn't stab anyone, so she's living her best life. She's married to her one true love, Deputy Sheriff Robert Redford. Oh, this takes liberties from other movies too. No, don't compare it to the Amityville Horror. Yes, there's similar windows, but there's more bricks on this house. And our table is much smaller for when the father comes over. It's hard to enjoy our food when we're cramped in this tiny kitchen, squeezed in on a table built for 4. Even the music feels that this is claustrophobic.
So, Jake, how's everything down at the station? You know, things are really hopping.
My God, behold the unnerving terror of awkward small talk. But their mom is keeping in touch with them. The conversation at the table was so lame, Lacey just got up to read the mail.
I now live in Monroe, Georgia, and if you could just come see me.
Flashing back to previous footage will be a common theme in the Ulli Lommel Boogey Man movies. Mom claims to be on her deathbed and wants to see the kids one last time. Not that that matters, this character isn't in the movie anymore. Seems like visiting Mom would be a great idea. Willie totally doesn't have the look of someone who wants to finish the job. So, are we supposed to wait for them to come back? Oh, hey, there you are. We've been sitting here silent. How about we break open the wine? We lost the corkscrew, so use this bull's horn. I haven't seen a dinner this intense since Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas.
You talk about a day. You know, old Clem down at Hojo's.
My God, the carving is unending. How long is he gonna take to cut that bird down the middle? For God's sakes, we're starving over here. I take it their dinners are usually lame, considering she has a whole closet full of booze and more flashbacks. I know, goddammit. Willie killed the man and she witnessed it through a mirror. It was only 15 minutes ago. These people are just weird, for the most random of reasons, like Willie wanting to destroy the letter, which happens to be sitting on the table, as well as the bones from dinner. They cleaned up everything else in the kitchen but those 2 things. Perhaps if you didn't keep your knives out all the time, Willie wouldn't be stealing them. Willie, why do I keep needing to buy new sets of knives? I know you're taking them. I watched you kill a man. Just set the place on fire like a normal disturbed man would. Oh, and the jump scares are randomly placed too. Let's say we put the kid to bed and you and I go play Electric Horseman together. Don't worry about Willie, he has pets. Ow, hey, watch how you handle me, ass! You know I got a bad back. Even the framing is odd. If I just hold perfectly still, Willie will think I'm dead, and then me and the snake can sneak out of here at night. I'll give it this, I have no clue what it's gonna cut to next. Okay, meanwhile in 3 on a Meat Hook, this movie's doing all the other horror cliches, so clearly it has to do the fake-out dream sequence. Hey, calm down. Might I interest you in a cup of God I'm Handsome? He'll know exactly how to help her demons.
Let's get rid of these ghosts once and for all.
But how?
Shit, didn't think that one through. I don't know, you're married to the director, ask him. Jake's plan is for her to make amends with her mom, as well as stop by the house that she grew up in, and most importantly, honey, I'm gonna put some tights on my head so we can spice up this marriage. And you know the movie has a mirror theme to it, so the camera loves focusing on the mirrors, but sometimes that makes the shots awkward. Whoa, what's with the back-to-back John Carradines? All the best horror movies have shoehorned in John Carradine scenes. Here, Carradine is a psychiatrist whose office looks like a bed and breakfast for no reason. Carradine shot his scenes in a day and were added so they could get a recognizable name in the cast, so the scene really just repeats information we already know. That way we can do flashbacks again. Yes, I know this already. No wonder the ghost wants to leave the mirror. He's tired of hearing the same story again. He'll possess anyone to get out. Also because it's an Exorcist movie now. Anyway, thanks for waiting over there, Jake. Don't know why you had to be in the same room for this. It's okay, we'll talk about Lacey right in front of her, too. She's asleep, as you can see from this awkwardly inserted in shot. Let's take a break. The way this movie is paced, I'm worried the next 15 minutes will be their road trip.
They force us to endure what we cannot understand. Brain waves. They have violated the laws of nature.
We're back. It's okay, honey. Our son is safe. We left him with Willie. Only thing not safe around him is the sheep. Oh, and the townsfolk who just popped by.
Lacey promised me some fresh eggs, and she told me to come by and get them.
That's mute talk for a nice rack. Even the animals are laughing at the lines.
I'm sorry, Willie. As long as I know you, I can't keep in mind you don't talk.
Cut, the horse blew the take again. If you don't stop laughing at this, Nessie, you're gonna have to leave. What is happening? Ooh, handling the eggs gets her all turned on. Who is this? Where did she come from? Is Willie the best she could do in this town? Why is it now a deleted scene from Ryan Murphy's Ed Gein series? She's gonna tell him all her dirty secrets.
Whenever we're in church, I watch you.
Well, I see you're learning the right lessons from church. Look, you should have seen this coming. Of course he has super strength to strangle her off the ground. If anyone asks, just say the mirror told you to do it. I can't believe it didn't turn her on even more. There, just paint over the mirror. That's easier than just turning it around or putting it in the cellar. Every house in this is weird. What's that horse doing in the kitchen? Oh, it's a painting, put there to startle anyone who walks in the room. At least they'll be safe from mirrors since Willie is painting over all of them. Willie, you idiot. I'll just give you a sheet to drape over them. Stop wasting our paint. But Lacey and Jake finally made it to her childhood home, now owned by Jenny Slate. I'm glad they told me this is a different house than Lacey's farm, because all the interiors in the movie look the same. Nah, can't be the same house. There's no paint on this mirror. The jump scares are still here, though.
Boogeyman! Timmy!
You get out of here, kid. Go Bonaducci in someone else's room. Everything is exactly where she left it. Yep, ghost in the mirror is still there. Oh, wait, what are you doing? That's causing a bigger mess. Willie had the better idea of painting over it, and even that was a dumb idea. They're causing all kinds of bad luck.
Yeah, you better take that out of here. It's bad luck.
Shut up, Timmy.
What'd I do? I'm being serious this time. Jake's big idea is to gather the pieces of the mirror and take them back to the farm. Jake, why? Because, damn it, a movie won't happen if we don't take the mirror back with us. And I love a good puzzle. Took me 3 months to piece this back together.
Jake, would you mind telling us what this is all about?
What, now you're asking that question? Did you just stare silently at him the whole time he was putting that together? See, what do you think, honey? I can make a fortune on this at the next art show. Despite being very careful, he still left one of the pieces at the house, and that one piece was all we needed for it to look really cool when we shine a light on it, and to get the stock 80s heavy breathing killer. You know, if you took those tights off your head, you might be able to breathe better. Oh boy, this takes me back to being a kid, sitting in the mental hospital rec room, enjoying a snack, and watching quality sitcom hauntings like Jennifer Slept Here. I got a very bad feeling about this kid. He's been creeping out the neighbors long enough with his howdy-doody chic. The director stated that he wanted to move horror away from where the settings were more fantastical locations, like a castle, and instead focus on horror set in a relatable environment like a house. So in other words, just a stock slasher movie I'm watching. Clearly she thinks that it's her brother Timmy who is creeping up on her.
I know you're there, Timmy. But you're not gonna scare me.
Okay, are you flirting with him? The hell's with the siblings in this? The ghost can be anywhere. He can be in the hall, or suddenly in the shower, then possessing her to cut her own hair, and also her throat. That death is just the appetizer, because the entree is what happens to poor Timmy.
Boogey Man!
Yeah, kid, that's what you get. You show him respect and call him Mr. Boogey Man. What would really freshen the movie up isn't getting rid of all the ghosts in the house, but it's giving at least one room a plant or something. Oh, and maybe throwing out the piece of the funhouse mirror. Sometimes the ghost is a killer, sometimes he's just a straight up asshole. Ooh, zany. Like watching the Amityville Horror if the ghost was the pranksters from Medea Halloween. Relax, if you find all of this confusing, Dr. John Carradine will sum up everything we just saw since the last time he appeared. He explains that it's the guilt from giving her brother the knife as a kid, and that has made her take on the voice of the mirror ghost. And now the evil may be gone because she broke the mirror. You should trust him. He has a degree in pulling shit out of his ass. However, random bags of poo getting dropped into the shot, that's beyond his expertise. Okay, so the bag contains haunted mirror bits, but who put that bag there? And why is it now possessing the cameraman to pick up a pitchfork? I mean, I bet it's totally floating on its own, which Lacey doesn't see at all when she walks into the barn until it's hovering right over her. That does it. We're selling that jokey ass horse. Why is the ghost now hiding and letting them walk out? Doesn't it have the power to possess people or make them stab themselves with the pitchfork? Forget that, it's almost dinner time. I do not regret asking the painters to make the entire kitchen the color of flesh. Oh, there's new rules now. Pieces of the mirror can fly off on their own, with the power to stick to your shoes if you walk over it, and then that takes the evil with them. Not only that, it's causing the boom mic operator to fall asleep on the job, and maybe put the mirror somewhere where Willie won't mess with it.
See? Now you cut yourself.
Glass bad! That's the end of that scene, by the way. It's peak fishing season. I'm not expecting much, since the glass on his shoe will scare the fish away. There's so little for them to do here that now they focus on a random group of young people only because it needs a higher body count. We really are just drifting into another movie in progress.
Well, he's looking at you, sweetheart.
Great, and it's another bad movie too. You're so funny, Andy. I don't know why my girlfriend clearly hates you. So let me see if I can follow the logic. The glass on the shoe is so powerful that its reflection can cause murder to happen all the way across the lake, and the light can go through walls as well, which works out because something had to show up and kill the horny slasher movie characters who were put into the movie out of nowhere. How's this happening? Why are we getting it on in a house that was clearly abandoned for a reason? Why are we camping here for the weekend? What, was Leatherface's house all booked up? Someone is gonna kill this asshat regardless if the ghost shows up. Everyone loves my classic toss you in the water prank. The only triumph will be when Andy is finally out of the picture. And how's the shoe mirror a half a mile away reflecting into the car now? Oh, so it can possess some tools where he just holds perfectly still, waiting for his destiny to be fulfilled. That being the murder victim in a slasher. Let's take a break while they quietly celebrate his death.
And now it's time for Lloyd's out of Context 911 Nashville clip of the week.
That what we had once thought was a simple software glitch was actually the work of hackers. We will not be extorted.
People just don't keel over for no reason.
Somebody hacked their implants.
Oh, obviously.
We're back. Have they found poor Andy yet?
Andy?
Perfectly realistic reaction to that. And also not the most awkward kiss those two have probably had. On the plus side, the boy caught a fish totally makes all the deaths caused by his shoe worth it. God, these characters are idiots. They actually think the others are just making out in the car for the last half hour, so they leave without even saying anything to them. Quick, honey, we need to roll the miles back so Cameron's dad won't think we took his car. Please take me with you. There's nothing going on with the others. They're just sitting there reading the paper while Willie pretends to wipe the paint from the mirror. Oh no, I'm not taking any chances. Sadly though, Jake touches the mirror. Don't know why it's taken this long to possess him. He touched the mirror a lot before. Now it's causing the cameraman to slack on the job. There goes Jake, getting tremors when touching glass again. I guess simply putting the piece back stopped the temporary possession, where Jake goes outside as if that didn't happen.
Lacey, who did this?
Gee whiz, I don't know, is it the thing that just possessed you? Are you just gonna ignore that happened? Apparently, her breaking the mirror released the spirit of her mom's ex. What, was he a serial killer before he died? We know nothing about this guy except that he wears tights on his head. Look how terrified they are at this revelation.
This is unbelievable.
Grandpa's mildly concerned, but ain't no way he's gonna miss the latest episode of Quincy M.E. We haven't had enough nods to Amityville yet, so let's see if Father Riley is available to bless the house. The father will be a minute. Until then, let's wake up John Carradine in the middle of the night to give us more info, or at least try to.
The New York Times report, December 8th, 1975.
I think I should get back to the house.
Sorry, Doctor, I didn't come here for advice. I just wanted to rant about my issues and then leave without you responding to me. Bye. I've got another claustrophobic-ass dinner to get to. Then we can tell the same exposition dump again when the father arrives. The ghost must know that the movie's about over, so he makes his presence known fast. Ooh, he's gonna put the boogie in Boogey Man. There's the look of a man who's not interested in the home becoming a disco inferno. The red light will go away when they have creepy barn shots to get to, with more dire line delivery.
Father, you're bleeding.
What, that? That's not me. That's just from earlier in the day when they were filming Friday the 13th 3D in here. He took the time to hang one up with a pitchfork, but their aunt? Stick her in the closet. I may be a ghost, but I do still have a bad back. If you all consider that there may just be something wrong with your utilities. Don't mind the phone exploding, dear. Just carry on doing whatever it is you're doing. She's a fantastic cook. She prepares a delicious dinner all while having haunted glass stuck to her eye. How did the glass get in her eye? How does it have blinding powers now? Why are you just standing there? Why is your face okay now? This movie has no rules. This isn't even The Exorcist in the finale. It's Beyond the Door, but even that movie made more sense. Yeah, I've seen this work in 100 other horror movies. Let's see if the cross will help me take the glass out. Whoops, ouch, worth a shot. Don't worry, Nicholas Love will blame everything on James just like he did on Twin Peaks. This movie is pretty darn bad. It really is just a collection of other things. Now it's The Exorcist, sometimes it's Amityville, sometimes it's Halloween, and it doesn't really do anything to find a voice of its own, and the only semi-unique thing about it is how bizarre the pacing, the character decisions, and the filmmaking is. Like, how the hell long was he hiding in there? Where'd you come from? What, are we putting Danny Torrance in Amityville now? Here, we'll see if just blowing it up will work. And he just fried a delicious-ass turkey for dinner. Did that work? I guess. I don't know. Regardless, Father Riley was completely useless and had no reason to be in this. But somehow, this movie was actually a pretty big hit at the box office. Maybe it just had a good ad campaign and a strong enough title for a horror film. It only had about a $350,000 budget, but brought in $25 million, even though sadly the filmmakers didn't receive much of that, since the distributor was going through bankruptcy at the time. That's still a good enough profit, though, to where there were sequels like the famously bad Boogey Man 2 in 1983 and Return of the Boogey Man in 1994. Ulli Lommel even wanted to turn it into a series titled Boogey Man Chronicles. Sure, I can buy there being sequels. There's already no rules, so okay, the mirror exploding temporarily stopped it, but it'll still stick to your shoe again. How'd that get there? And it'll keep breathing heavily as you walk away. If you think about it though, the movie is a masterpiece when you compare it to the later Ulli Lommel films. He can somewhat work with an okay budget. Anyway, sorry, that's a lot of words when I could have just said, watch Oculus instead.